folks, I'm Steve Judd. I'm a professional astrologer with well over 30 years consultative experience operating from my own astrological consulting rooms in the High Street in Bath, UK. You're about to hear my astrological forecast for the signs of the zodiac for September 2013. Hope you enjoy them. Speak to you in a bit. Enjoy. And this is the global forecast for September 2013. It's almost scarily quiet out there. With certain signs this month, I've used the analogy of being in the calm, in the eye of the hurricane. And despite all of the craziness that's going on around the world at the time of recording this, towards the end of August, Egypt, Syria, the world, despite this, I feel that the powers that be are set on this course of action which is not going to change over the coming month, and the implosion into entropy that they're taking is only going to accelerate. Where that leaves the rest of humanity is open to grabs. This month, in terms of planetary activity, is relatively light on the surface. For example, although the full moon, the new moon is in Virgo, there's only the Sun, Moon and Mercury in Virgo. There's no big attention going on Virgo. It's a nice enough new moon on September the 5th. The full moon in Pisces on the 19th holds no big problems, no big deal. And the aspects between the outer planets, the sextile between Saturn and Pluto is coming back into strength again. So I am seeing a restructuring of certain boundaries, at the same time a transformation of old attitudes, and increasingly old imposed authoritarian disciplines are going to become the butt of everyone else's frustration and anger. The ongoing square between Uranus and Pluto is only getting stronger and will continue to get stronger, and the escalation of the crazy times in the world is going to continue, I'm afraid, folks. And it's going to continue into October, November, and probably into March through to May of next year. There is a 2-month long grand cross then. And this should be the high point, the peak of the Uranus-Pluto square, certainly in 9 months, 10 months from now. Hopefully I'll be sat here or somewhere similar to here, giving you a much more positive long-term forecast. September itself this year holds no big challenges. I do note a couple of interesting times. I note the eclipse of Venus by the moon on the 9th, the 9th being the day that Mercury leaves Virgo and moves into Libra. I also note the period of the 19th, the full moon, followed the next day by Pluto standing still, and then followed the next day by Saturn sextiling Pluto. So there does seem to be some type of turning point around the equinox, fractionally before the equinox. It's almost as if the world collectively is going to stand up and go, basta, enough. But I'm not seeing what I see as radical changes this month. It does seem the slide into, not anarchy, but chaos is accelerating, and it's almost like necessary to get down to the bottom, so that only when you're at the bottom can you find rock bottom, solid rock, and then you can put your feet down and use it as a springboard for the comeback. The comeback starts this year. It's going to be a tough one. It's probably the toughest one. One way or another, 9 months time. Resolution. But September's a month where the crazy people will go to extremes. The intelligent people will hold the middle ground and refrain from judgment. As far as September 2013 goes, planet, do your best to love thy neighbour. There you go, folks. Hope that was helpful and hope you enjoyed it. This month, September, I'm in central London on the 5th and 6th of September, giving readings to members of the public. I've probably still got a few spaces left if you're seeing this at the very start of the month. I'm also giving a talk to the Wessex Astrology Group in the middle of the month on astrology as the lingua franca for the 21st century, and I'm doing a gig at Taunton Cricket Ground on the 22nd of September, which will be my final UK public performance of the year, at least as far as events go, because at the end of September I'm off to America and I've about got my route sorted, and by the time most of you see this, a few of you will have had an email from me, but it looks like I'm going to California at least, hopefully Washington State, certainly Colorado, New York, Massachusetts, and I'm also coming to Canada. More on my website, where you'll find all my services, including astrocartography, relationship analysis, and 6-month, 1 year, and even 10-year astrological forecasts. Until then, see you next month. Have a great time. Bye.